What's up, y'all? I'm out here at the range, as you can see, on what's been a pretty cloudy day so far all day. The sun's starting to come out now, but unfortunately it's bringing the wind with it. But I ain't gonna let that stop me from doing some jelly testing, and this one right here should be another pretty interesting 9mm test. So we got the old faithful jelly contraption out here with the chrono and 2 blocks of gel. Now I've done one test in this gel up here in this first block. There's 3 tracks, and unfortunately I had to take an extra one that I didn't want, but there's a lot of room on the backside and up underneath there. There's plenty of room to get this testing done. I might just have to give y'all some different angles so you can get some good looks at it. And again, pretty much standard lately is my heavy clothing barrier with a layer of denim, layer of fleece, and 2 layers of the cotton t-shirt material. But as y'all can already see, we coming back for a retest of these Winchester Ranger T-Series 127 grain plus P+. Now y'all know I just tested these against the Winchester Defenders through a 3-inch barrel, and they did just absolutely terrible. No expansion on them at all, just absolutely none. They had decent speed on them. They weren't that far off. They were a little bit off from the speed, maybe 50, 60 if I remember off the top of my head. But either way, like I said, they didn't have any expansion to them at all. Now the velocity on the box for these is calling for 1250. We did not see that, like I say, out of a 3-inch barrel. I got a feeling we're probably going to see it out of both barrels here today. So what we're going to use here is a couple different barrel lengths. The first one's going to be my P80 with the basically 4.5-inch barrel. I usually call this 4 1/4. This is a Glock 17 barrel, so it's technically 4.5-inch barrel. It's just really not quite that, but in any case, technically this P80, we were working with the 4.5-inch barrel, and if that still don't get it done, hopefully this one can. We got the Canik TP9SFx with the 5.2-inch barrel. So if this one right here don't make them expand, then they just do not like that cloth, and you just ain't gonna get them to perform well through the cloth. But anyway, a lot of y'all probably know I'm a big fan of the design of this T-Series round. I've been disappointed lately how they've been doing in the cloth, so I'm really hoping both of these barrel lengths here today will do good. But let me get this stuff set up and let's check them out. All right, let's get some speed, y'all. I'm gonna do a 5-round average through each barrel length, starting with this 4.5-inch P80 first. Again, the box is saying 1250. I expect we're gonna see that out of both of them, actually. Well, let's see what happens here. $12.69, $12.59, $12.81, $12.67, and a duplicate of $12.67. So every single shot went over $12.50. Let's go check that average. All right, so our 5-round average from this 4.5-inch P80 is 1,268 feet per second. So exceeded what the box was stating there. Let me get this reset and let's check out that Canik. All right, let's see what this 5.2-inch barrel could do. I suspect we're gonna be over 1,300 with this one here. So 5-round average on it also. Got 1318, 1341, 1392, 1339, and 1350. So pretty much what I expected, all of them over 1,300. Let's check the average. All right, they was extra spicy for sure out of this Canik. The 5-round average is 1,336 feet per second. And if you remember out that P80, it was 1268. So you're talking about what, a 68 feet per second faster from this Canik. 68 feet per second when you're talking about 1,200. I mean, that's not a whole lot, what, 5-6% and not quite 7%. So not a whole lot of difference. What I think is if one of these does well in the gel, the other one is too. If one of them does bad, the other one's gonna do bad also. But let's get this reset, and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's last chance jelly time. We'll put 1 round through each barrel length into the gel, starting with this 4.5-inch P80 first. Like I said, I think if this does well, the other one is obviously probably gonna do well. If this don't do well, I don't think the other one is either. I think there's no velocity excuse to be had this time. It's pure projectile design. So let's see if it can overcome this cloth, y'all. All right, I think I see where I went. Should be good. Let's go down there and check that out. All right, y'all, looks like my T-Series is redeeming itself down there with that longer barrel. That looks fantastic so far. So I expect this Canik to look even better than that one. So getting a little crowded down there, but I think I should be pretty good to put this thing where I'm planning on putting it here. All right, I think that should be good. Let's go down there and check that out and see what we got. Well, so much for that, y'all. That definitely didn't go as expected. That one cleared both blocks of gel. So obviously you can tell by the wound track, no kind of expansion on that. So it's just, I think we just got lucky with that P80 when it just happened to expand, because the longer barrel didn't, a lot more velocity didn't. It makes absolutely no sense. But I'm gonna do one more through this Canik just so I can just catch the round, not because like I want to give it a second chance, because I'm just gonna tell you now, I'm not even gonna take another one with the P80. There's absolutely no sense. Like that's not going to prove anything, because if the longer barrel didn't expand that time, and just because the shorter one did, that tells you right there it's just inconsistent. It's just a luck of the draw with it. So let's just try one more with this Canik, and let me see if I can just at least catch the projectile and see what we get. All right. I'm not sure where that even went in at. I think it might have went almost the same place, but I did see the towel move. So let's go down there and check out what we got. All right, it's starting to go from bad to worse now, y'all. I tried to put that thing in the front so we could see it real good. It stayed in the front pretty much to the middle of that, where the blocks meet, and then curved out. I believe it went through the piece of board I've got up there, and I couldn't find it. So I'm actually gonna try one more with this Canik just to see if I can catch it, like I say, because strangely enough, that one right there looks like it did expand just from the way the disruption in the gel looks. It's a shame I didn't catch it, but I think that one actually did expand. So let's try one more with this Canik. Let me see if I can catch one. All right, I think that went in the exact same place as the first one, so let's see what happened down there. All right, y'all, I changed my mind. I'm gonna put one more round through this P80, because I feel like if I don't at this point, y'all gonna have a fit, some of y'all anyway. And it's so many tracks down there now that it's already gonna be difficult to see. So I'm gonna have to move you around. One more ain't gonna hurt nothing. So let's see what we can do here. I think it's just a 50-50 chance. I think these things are just terribly inconsistent. This is what we got here, but let's see what this one does. I'm gonna try to put this one towards the front side. Hopefully it don't go out. All right, that one should have been perfect right there. Let's go down there and see what all we got. All right, y'all, let's see if we can figure out what we got down here. It looks pretty messy, and there's quite a few tracks, but all of them are pretty well separated. I'm just gonna have to pick you up and give you some different angles to show you all the rounds in here. But I'll give you a quick little summary here of what we got. The first one that we took, you're not gonna be able to see very well, but it's that projectile in the back, and it's that top little track right there. If in the back there's, I'm gonna have to take you to the other side, but that one did really nicely. That was the first one out of the P80, out of the 4.5 inch. It came in there, you can see very nice disruption as soon as it comes in, travels on through the block into the second block, and stops here sitting just a little sideways, turned about 90 degrees, and great expansion on that one. So once I saw that one, I had high hopes, and I got a little too excited, because the next one we took, the first one out of the Canik, is right here. Actually, it's that little skinny track up under this projectile. It goes through there. It's going to be very difficult to see, but it's nothing but a straight line behind this one. Nothing but a straight line. It's pretty much right up against this other one, the last round, or one of the second rounds we took. I'm gonna have to give you some different angles with that, but I can tell you right now, that one did not expand at all. It looks just like that little straight pencil line from the second it comes in all the way to where it exits. So you had no no expansion on that one at all. And I wish, if I would have known, I didn't expect it to go out, I would have put something down there to catch it, because I'd like to know why. I mean, it had to be clogging. That's the only thing I can think of. But anyway, so after that one, we took another try with the Canik, and unfortunately that one went out. But as you can see, I'm almost positive this one did expand and perform well, because as you can see, a nice disruption, a lot of wound action, big spiraling action going on here, goes into the second block, and it pops out the side right here. Usually for some reason when they hit that little split there, it kind of makes them yaw, and then they want to pop out. So that one popped out the side there. I don't know where it went. I think it went through that piece of wood that was down there, because I heard something, but I looked around, I can't find it at all. But like I said, that one, I'm almost positive, I'd be willing to bet that one did expand properly. So then I sent one last round through the Canik, and like I said, that one is right up against the one that didn't expand and went all the way through. It looks very nice as well. It looks just like this one down here that went out the side. Very nice disruption, really nice spiral in action, carries on into the second block, and sitting down here again at about 90 degrees. Definitely carried some cloth with it, but looks like it got some pretty good expansion. And then the last one is the second round I decided to send through the P80 right here in the front. You can see that whole thing again looks just like these other ones that did perform well. Very nice disruption, a lot of wound channel spiraling action again into the second block once again, and it's sitting 90 degrees also, and looks like some pretty nice expansion on that. It's pretty odd that all three of them that we caught are sitting at exactly a 90-degree turn. Now some of them are sitting facing down, this one's sitting facing up, but pretty interesting to see that they all turn 90 degrees at the end of their travel. So let's get the penetration measurements, and then I'll take y'all around and give you some better views. So the first one out of the P80 went to exactly 19 inches. The first one from the Canik, like I say, completely through 32 inches and kept on trucking to who knows where. The second one out of the Canik scooted out of the side of the block at 17 inches. And then the third one out of the Canik stopped down here at 20.5 inches. And then finally wrapping it up with this last one out of the P80, it went to exactly 20 inches. So definitely plenty of penetration from all of them. All right, let's see if I can give you a couple better looks. This one right here that you're looking at, that was the last one I took out of the P80. As you can see, very, very nice performance out of that thing. Like I said, nice spiraling action. And then there's your projectile turned 90 degrees like I was saying. And it looks like you got some pretty decent expansion on that one. And now backing it up to check out the first one out of the P80, that's that one down there. I got you at kind of an angle so you can see it. But as you can see again, very, very nice wound channel, very nice disruption. And again, sitting down there at a 90-degree angle, looks like pretty much about the same expansion as the other one there. Now the ones out of the Canik, you can see there's two entrances. One of them was that first one that went all the way through and didn't do anything. It's up underneath the good one, so it's going to be hard to see that track, but you'll be able to see it once that one stops. You can see it there, how it breaks off. It's the bottom piece all the way through the second block, and boom, right out the side down there, right out the end. And again, that one right beside it, that's that one out of the other one out of the Canik that we did actually end up catching. As you can see, it looks fantastic, just like the ones out of the P80 that did well. So I don't know what happened to that one, but the other ones look like they did very nicely. All right, y'all, let's take a look at these projectiles down here. So this one right here, that's the one we caught out of the Canik. These two are the ones we caught out of the P80. So as you can see, now that we start looking at them, it's kind of looks like the same story we saw from some, maybe the 147s, I believe, through the cloth. The talons and the points opened up very nicely, but not a whole lot of expansion from the lead. Now, if this would have been bonded, you'd have probably seen a whole different story, because those talons would have carried some lead out with it. But now these, like we talked about before, you still get that size. And these talons, I've mentioned this before, but these things are incredibly thick. They're not just like a thin piece of jacket. You're not going to bend these things. They're incredibly thick and incredibly sharp. So they would definitely be fine with expansion as far as just the jacket expanding and not so much the lead, but it's still really not what you'd like to see. You'd like to see that lead expand some more. This one here, oddly enough, now the cloth, these had the cloth on it too, but they just pulled off when I was getting them out of the gel. I don't know how well y'all gonna be able to see this right here, but this one right here, it almost looks like little pieces of wire. You see that little piece of wire? And I can bend it even. It's almost like little pieces of wire. I don't understand what the heck that is. Something to do with the jacket? Because it's still there. See those little pieces of wire? That's very strange. I don't know what that's all about. And actually, once I get looking closer at the other ones, it's got it down in there too. These things have got some kind of little pieces of wire in them, y'all. Check that out. That's strange. I've never noticed that before. But anyway, let's get some measurements on them. They were all 127. We'll start with the one that we got from the Canik here. This one is 123.4, so it definitely lost some, and I can tell you there were some little flakes of lead as I was pulling these out, spilling out. So got that one there. The other two here, these are out of the P80. This first one, we're looking at 123.6, and then this other one from the P80, we're looking at 123.4, so very close sizes there, and it's very odd. I can see that wire in all of these now. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. But let's check out the expansion size on them. They all look very similar, so as I did before, I'm just going to go from point to point on the Talon because that's the biggest part. So we got 719, 676, and 671. So like I said, fantastic expanded size on these. It's just a shame that the lead's not with that jacket. But anyway, the other two here, we'll get these from the P80. You got 703, 674, and 716. So again, fantastic expanded size. The last one here out of the P80, I expect to be pretty much the same. 683, 678, and 701. So again, big old nasty expansion on these things just because of the talons. But there you have it, y'all. Basically round two for these 127 grain plus P plus T-Series. Even in these longer barrels, it just seems like these things are very inconsistent when it comes to this cloth. There was absolutely no reason for that one out of the Canik to not expand and go through both blocks like it did. It's just nothing but inconsistency. They had plenty of speed to them. Now the ones that we did catch, as you can see, I mean, that's some nasty stuff right there. But here's my dilemma, as always, with taking all these rounds that so many people want me to take. So we sent 5 rounds down into here. 3 of them we caught, looked like they did good. One of them was an obvious fail. The other one was probably a good one too. So we'll give it the benefit of doubt and we'll say we got 4 that performed like this out of 5. Is that a pass to some of y'all? To me, that's not a pass. I mean, yes, they would do the job like any of them. I mean, a plain old FMJ put in the right place is going to do the job. But why do you consider, or if you do, why would you consider any failure at all a pass? I mean, that failure could happen at any time. So these 5 rounds, all I got from this was that this ammo is inconsistent through cloth. I could have told that with one failure. One failure is inconsistent. It doesn't matter if it would pass on the next one. One failure to me, it means this ammo failed to perform like it was supposed to. But y'all let me know what y'all think about it. All right, y'all, I'm gonna wrap it up right there for another round with this Winchester T-Series. One thing I can tell you for sure about these rounds is I started out a huge fan of them. You're looking at the testing through bare gel, but after running them through cloth out here several different times in a couple of different weights, I'm starting to change my tune on them. I don't think they're the best option out there by far. But y'all let me know what y'all think about it. The ones of y'all out there who do carry these T-Series, is seeing any of this changing your mind on them? Are you still rolling with the T-Series, or are you thinking about changing over to something else? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. If you did enjoy this video, as always, take a second to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that bell notification icon so you can hopefully get notified when I upload new stuff. Y'all make sure to check out those affiliate links in the video description. If you shop through Amazon, hit up that storefront link. You go straight through there like normal after that, and anything you buy after that, I get a kickback from them towards the channel. Same deal with the axle links. If you're in the market for some fantastic ear pro, hit up those axle links and you'll save a bunch of money instead of going straight to their site. Like I always tell you, I appreciate all my range gang members and every single one of y'all out there for supporting the channel. This wind's starting to kick up out here and it's getting colder, but I'm gonna try to get one more thing done out here. Tons of good stuff coming y'all's way, so be on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.